Forget everything you thought you knew about Kabza De Small and DJ Maphorisa. Their partnership is more complicated than you think, and the truth about their alleged contract might shock you. Join us as we untangle the web of rumors and reveal what's really going on. What if Kabza isn't as independent as we've been led to believe? What if Maphorisa doesn't just collaborate with Kabza but actually controls him? From bookings to label decisions to royalties, the receipts have always been in our faces, but we avoided them. Their partnership is deeper and way more complicated than we ever imagined. Today, let's diving into the alleged contract between the Scorpion King and the theory that Kabza De Small might be the talent, but not the boss. When Kabza De Small came into the game back in 2018, he and DJ Maphorisa knew nothing about each other. But when Kabza dropped his breakout hit, he completely redefined what South African music could sound like. He didn't just ride the wave of Amapiano, he built it, brick by brick, beat by beat. But no king rules alone. Then came DJ Maphorisa, a true veteran, a multi-genre hitmaker already known across Africa for producing hits for the likes of Wizkid. He had the industry knowledge, the global connections, and the business mindset sharpened by years in the game. So when he and Kabza joined forces in 2018, the chemistry was undeniable. They didn't just collaborate, they co-authored Amapiano's global breakout. And just like that, the Scorpion Kings were born. From that moment on, Amapiano was never be the same again. Both of them built powerful record labels, New Money Gang, previously known as Black Boy Music and Piano Hub. And to understand the power dynamics between Kabza De Small and DJ Maphorisa, we need to look beyond the music and straight into the business side. That's where Lawk Communications enters the picture. Founded in 2016 by Thule, Lawk isn't just another booking agency. It's a 360-degree talent management powerhouse, responsible for handling events, artist bookings, career strategy, and even production management for some of the biggest names in Amapiano. Before it became the biggest management team in the game, Lawk Communications used to manage artists like A. Reese and other artists around 2018. And guess who's been under their wing since the beginning? DJ Maphorisa joined Lawk in 2018 when Kabza De Small was still an upcoming artist. Then Kabza De Small joined Lawk Communications in 2019 after dropping an album with DJ Maphorisa called Piano Hub EP. Now Kabza's bookings, Maphorisa's business moves, all run through Lawk Communications, the company behind some of the biggest Amapiano tours, shows, and releases. But here's the catch. Maphorisa has another name in the streets, a name fans have used for years, Lawd Pori. Now listen closely, Lawd and Lawk. Coincidence? Maybe. But when the management agency behind both Kabza and Pori just happens to sound like Maphorisa's nickname, that's when things get suspicious. It's almost as if Lawk Communications was named in the spirit of Lawd Pori himself, a subtle reminder of who's really in control. So while Kabza might be the king in the studio, the Lawd may be ruling the business. But that's not entirely true, because Lawk Communications was founded in 2016, 2 years before Maphorisa even joined them in 2018. Then in 2018, everything changed. That's when DJ Maphorisa officially joined Lawk Communications, and from that point on, the agency dropped almost all of its other artists just to fully focus on Maphorisa. As a successful and wealthy artist, DJ Maphorisa reportedly invested in Lawk Communications. He didn't just sign with them, he put money into the business, growing its reach, resources, and roster. That investment is a big reason why Lawk became the powerhouse it is today. Now, back in 2019, Kabza De Small didn't have his own label. He was collaborating with DJ Maphorisa, constantly hit after hit, and it became clear that he was quickly becoming a star. At that point, it was almost predictable. Kabza would sign under DJ Maphorisa's label. Why? Because Kabza was still new to the industry, incredibly talented. Yes, but without the business knowledge or experience. Maphorisa, being older and more seasoned, stepped in to guide him, showing him how the game really works. But here's where it gets interesting. Pori, being the smart businessman he is, didn't just sign Kabza under his existing label. Instead, he made a strategic move. He helped create a new label called Piano Hub. Why? Because fans were already starting to see Kabza as the bigger star, even bigger than Maphorisa himself. So, if Kabza had signed directly under Maphorisa's label, it would have raised questions. Why would the King of Amapiano be signed under someone else? So instead, Piano Hub was born. A label that appeared to belong to Kabza. But in reality, many believe it was another extension of Maphorisa's empire created to keep control while keeping up appearances. Here's a good example. Lil Wayne signed Drake under Cash Money Records, and from early on, everyone could see that Drake was destined for greatness. He had the hits, the star power, and the momentum. And just like we expected, Drake eventually had to start his own label to take full control of his career. Naturally, as his career grew, he launched his own label, OVO Sound, to control his brand and build his empire. Now compare that to Kabza De Small. He had the same trajectory hit after hit, rising fast. a clear frontrunner in the game. So when Piano Hub was launched, fans assumed it was his version of OVO, a move toward independence. But the question still remains, is Piano Hub really Kabza's, or is it just another wing of DJ Maphorisa's empire? Do I believe Kabza De Small has full control over his royalties? Yes, I think he's smart enough to secure what's rightfully his when it comes to music earnings. But does he fully control Piano Hub? That's where things get murky, because DJ Maphorisa somehow still has influence, maybe even control over that label. And the proof? It's in the music. He's constantly featured on the biggest hits from Kabza and other artists linked to Piano Hub and New Money Gang, even when he didn't produce the track. Even Something Soweto once called it out, saying Maphorisa didn't actually contribute to his album the way people think. They just added his name for industry reasons. No real input, just influence. So ask yourself, how many other songs or albums carry his name without his fingerprints on the music? What's your take on all of this? Is Maphorisa a mastermind or a silent owner pulling strings? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Thanks for watching.